was another knockout victory for Kendu Irving.
Yes, indeed.
Right, well, let's go over it. So you said off camera that your last fight was about 6 weeks ago.
Yes, something like that.
And this fight was a couple days ago.
Yes.
Was there anything unique about the preparation for this fight?
Not necessarily. I might have had a little bit longer because I normally don't have such long break in between fights. So I had a little bit longer to get into shape and to train for this fight.
How many weeks do you usually take?
I would say I try for like 4 weeks.
4 weeks?
Yeah.
That's pretty. I feel like that's pretty fast for a fair text.
Yeah, I mean, Mr. Wong, or the way that we normally do it, it's about a month.
About a month.
But for me, 4 weeks I think is a good time for me to have time to run, get in shape, and to also kind of try and recover before the fight.
Yeah, I feel like normally it's 5 to 6 weeks for most people.
Maybe it is, but in my mind it's 4.
Yeah. All right.
At 5 or 6, I'll start running. I'll start doing things to build myself up. But it's really I think 4 or 5 weeks.
And you're regular on the Super Champ circuit now.
Yeah.
Which is, I would say, a little higher level than Fairtex fight.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, now at this point, I find that they switch around. Like it's a lot of the same athletes now for whatever reason. But yeah, I would agree with that.
Have you seen Mungkornkhao Chor Chatchai at Fairtex fight?
So I had actually seen him fight before because he fought an American who I was like kind of familiar with, and so I didn't know that I had seen him fight. But when I was matched up with him and I went back and looked at his fights, I was like, oh, okay, I've seen this kid.
The matchmaker for Super Champ and Fairtex fight is the same guy.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll source a lot of the same athletes
I know
and move people around.
Talks to me whether I fight on Fairtex fight or Super Champ.
Yeah.
Comes and bothers me.
Well, let's get this going. We have the tail of the tape right up here. It said you were 16-6-0. Is that your pro record now?
No, honestly, I think they just made that up. My record now is like 20-7.
That's all together.
That's all together. But my pro would be less than what they put. My pro would be
You've had maybe
10-3.
Yeah. Oh, you've had 13 fights out here? How long have you been out here for?
2 years.
Oh,
almost
wow.
2 years. Next month.
Yeah, that's a while. I thought maybe a year and a half.
No, it's been, I mean, I might as well be, but it's
it's
just getting to 2 years.
Yeah, it's been quite some time, obviously. So you just finished up the Y Crew. Do you like the Y Crew Ramoy here at Super Champ?
Well, I definitely don't mind it. For this particular one, they want us to be very quick. Like on a few occasions, a guy came to the back and was like, "Only 1 minute, very quick, Y Crew, please, not fast, not too long." And so for a second, I thought he was gonna go really long.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What is he doing?" But then he finished up very quickly.
A lot of that actually has to do with the production time.
Yes, no, I know. I figured.
Yeah.
But
So
there were many knockouts. So I was surprised.
Oh, really?
Like almost every fight was a finish. So I was surprised that they weren't telling us like a longer Y Crew or something. I was like, "What's going on here?"
And then there's Ty in your corner. You've had a bunch of different people in your corner now.
Oh yeah, all kinds of different mixes and bunches of people in my corner.
What was this like then?
I thought this is the first time I've had him in my. Actually, no, this is the second time I've had him in my corner, but the first time I had him in such a dominant sort of position. Like he did my massage, he wrapped my hands, he did just about everything.
Yeah.
And it went pretty smoothly, I thought.
Yeah,
Just different. It's different with different people.
Yeah, for sure. Some people I assume you vibe with better than others. We go into round one. I watched this fight a little before. You're already establishing that jab.
Yeah.
That is so common with you. What were you thinking these first 30 seconds or so?
I had a good idea of what his weapons are. He's mostly a right hand, right kick. And so I just wanted to see first round what he was going to do, at least maybe half of the first round. Kind of just see what he was going to throw. I had an idea in my mind what he was going to throw, but obviously every fight is different. So they might throw something different when they fight you.
And he landed a couple leg kicks already. Did you notice that, or what were you thinking?
I did notice. Obviously, I wasn't fast enough to check. I wasn't too worried about it. I kind of have the mindset once I go and fight that doesn't really matter what you hit me with. Obviously, I should be blocking.
Yeah.
I'm not blocking. That's not good. But I wasn't too worried about it.
One of the things I do like that I noticed you changed is your clinch positioning is no longer chest to chest. And that one you press the hand over.
Yeah.
So you're making a little bit more space. It's a different position. Normally you sort of wrap up and do like chest to chest.
Yeah, I had to remind myself before the fight and during the fight to get that hand over and to make a bit more space.
Yeah, I think it works well for you. We'll watch it later on. Here's that position again. You get the right knee 2 times. I think you might get a short left knee. Then see, it drops down, the referee breaks.
Yeah.
Whereas when it's like chest to chest, the referee will break right away.
Yeah, I try to not. Well, at least when I'm still thinking and able to and switched on, I try to not go chest to chest unless I'm trying to stop the action.
Yeah, this is that chest to chest.
Yeah, I wasn't getting any of the strikes that I wanted because he was kind of stifling me, so I kind of ended up in that position.
Yeah, and here's that side control. The good thing about this position, Elisa uses it a lot, is even if it doesn't do direct damage, it shows dominance, and it's fucking annoying.
Yeah, from watching him fight before, I knew that when he gets into the clinch, he doesn't like to do anything. So I knew if I just throw a few knees, that I'll win the exchanges. Because he just wants to hug and wait for the ref to break.
Yeah, there's a stall, and then the break in action. Did you feel anything in this first 30 seconds or so?
I definitely wasn't sure if I was winning the round. I was kind of just in the moment. I like I said, I told myself that I would feel him out. So whether or not, obviously, I still want to win round 1. Whether or not I did, I wasn't sure at this moment. But it didn't feel too bad, that's for sure.
And watching it back, what do you think?
I was told in the corner actually when this round ended that I had lost it because I had asked Ty. I said that I wouldn't lose the round, and he said lose. But when I watched it back, I actually thought that I probably won the round. So I'm not sure. Obviously, it depends on how you judge it. But I think that he might have told me that I lost it to try and motivate me a bit to just fight a little bit harder. Maybe if I thought I won, I would relax. And so, but I didn't think it was a bad round. But after the fight, actually, Crew Noon yelled at me quite a bit about round 1 and round 2.
Oh, he thought you had lost? Or?
Yeah, he thought they were bad. And
really?
So going into watching this fight back the first time, I just assumed this was going to be very bad. But then I was like, oh, round 1 wasn't so terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. I feel like I've seen you perform better.
Yes,
but it wasn't terrible.
Yeah, it's almost for that. The way that I was, you know how the Thais would say, looking.
Yeah,
like I was just trying to see in round 1. So whether or not I was going to win or lose was going to be a bit of a toss-up. But I took this risk.
Yeah, definitely understand that. So we're going into the second round, and the breaks here for Super Champ are very long.
Oh yeah, 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Do you like that, or are you?
I think it's nice. I like this. I'm very happy with this. I think it's nice, but I think there's nothing wrong with this. It's a traditional Muay Thai 2 minutes, but I don't mind 1 minute because I train for 1 minute rest.
Yeah. And there's that side control. Good boxing from him, just hugging it out to end the round. So again, we're going back into the action. The stretching from the red corner as we go into the second round of action. And have you worked with this ref before as well?
Oh yes, many times. Many times. He's always telling me to go forward.
Yeah.
He's like, go dun. Elbow, kick, punch. I can't tell if he's coaching me or just wants more of a fight.
Yeah. And Mungkornkhao coming out with some good body kicks there into the clinch. There's that. I think you've utilized that sort of overhand elbow before.
Yes, I like to elbow people in the face.
Oh.
Finally check the kick.
Yeah. And see, this is that chest to chest.
Oh, I thought he would go down, but he had very good balance.
Yeah.
I almost knew him in the face.
That would have been bad.
Yeah, I knew he was going to go for it.
There's a long gap from you. Do you feel like you picked it up here in the second round?
Yeah, I knew that I was going to have to fight at this point. Especially if I had lost round 1, I felt like I needed to win this round. So I was going to push the action a bit. And I knew that I could make him a bit tired. He doesn't like to work too hard.
Yeah, I feel like you can see that in the way he fights and his sort of demeanor.
Yeah, he's playing a good defensive game right now.
For sure.
But
There's a stall.
I figured I could break through at some point. Low kicks, body shots, kind of pick and peck at him a bit, and hopefully little accumulations can lead to something big. I believe here I cut him with an elbow. So
He just wiped it there at the 132 mark.
So once I saw that, I was like, that's good. That's good.
Oh yeah, the cut is actually pretty bad, and he wiped. Yeah, that's a third wipe. I can't remember if the referee brings it over to look.
No, I don't think so.
The cut is on the edge of the eye, right?
Yeah, I don't think the blood was. Maybe it was getting into the corner of his eye.
He's blinking a lot here. Another wipe.
But he's still playing his game quite well. I kudos to him. I think that he's keeping a good poker face. You can see him blinking, but he's not showing much reaction. I love like fighters who can do that.
Yeah, it's a good skill. Have you been cut before?
Yes. I've been cut once in a fight. I've been cut in training, unfortunately. Thank you to Mateo Vasquez.
So he's obviously bleeding a lot. One of the interesting things, Pat Moran was cut earlier the same night. I think that got to her.
Yes, it did.
So she said, later she was like, Doc Jai, like I was shocked.
Well, I got a good knee to the face here. You can't see it because the referee blocked it.
Oh!
I got it like right, just at the tip of his chin.
Yeah. That's such a, even if it doesn't land that heavy, it's so scarring or like disconcerting.
Yeah, he definitely didn't like it. And you can see him put
his hands up in the air. That's a pretty clear sign of fatigue. You probably nailed him in the body a bit as well.
Yeah, I just kept going for that body shot. I mean, the body jab. It doesn't look like it does much, but when you hit it hard over and over again, it can make you a bit tired.
And so the second round, what was the corner saying? How were you feeling?
So I felt like I had done pretty good in that round. I knew from the cut that the cut probably scored for me and that I probably was going to win the round. Noon jumped into the corner at this point and was very like animated. Go, 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 go. It sounded to me like I had lost every second of the fight. And so they're like, go. He asked me, are you tired? And I looked over to him and I was like, maybe a little bit. I wasn't tired breathing wise. I wasn't breathing hard. I definitely felt some muscle fatigue, which after the fact maybe I might have overtrained a bit for this fight, because it wasn't that I felt tired breathing wise, but I did feel like my body, I didn't feel much power. I didn't feel as strong as I would like to normally feel. But maybe we'll figure out what the problem was with that. But no, I felt quite good. You can see I look pretty relaxed. I'm talking to them. I felt good going into the corner.
Do you feel like watching this over, you're more explosive normally?
Not necessarily. It's just how I felt in the ring. I just didn't feel as strong or as effective. But it might have just been in my head.
Yeah, it happens. So the third and final round. So you thought maybe you were down at this point, or?
Yes, they told me that if I went back at all, I would lose. They're like, you back, you lose, sure.
But this,
okay, I'm gonna go forward this whole round.
The scoring at Super Champ is a little different than Fairtex fight.
Yeah, I think they were just trying to motivate me to some extent. Noon, I think, legitimately believed I was just fighting terribly.
Yeah.
But Ty, I asked him if I had won or lost a round, and he said it was close.
Yeah, I think both of the rounds were close, and I could see it going either way. I mean, this even to start off with is pretty even. We're like 240 here in the third and final round. Good body kicks from both of you.
Yeah, good punch from him.
Yeah, good punches from him.
Finally blocked the body kick.
Okay. And the cross block.
Good body kick from him.
Yeah, I feel like he might be a little ahead at this point. Beautiful up elbow though. It wasn't super accurate, but it sort of jostled him around.
Yeah, it got him well. kind of a bit of a Hail Mary elbow there. So yeah, good timing.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't allow me to really rush his game. He's like, I'm gonna play my game the way I want to play my game.
Yeah. He's got pretty good understanding of distance as well here.
Yeah.
He's staying back a bit and again just staying like at a safe distance from you. There he wiped his cut again.
I remember Noon yelling left kick, left kick. Somewhere around this point he wanted left kicks for whatever reason, maybe because he was starting to throw his right hand a little bit more.
I feel like Noon also just wants people to kick all the time.
Yes, this may also be the case. I was trying to corner him at this point before I just threw many things.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was trying to put him somewhere and then hit him, as opposed to just throw all the time and waste my energy. This is where Noon was yelling left kick because I was trying to throw it, but he checked that one quite well.
Into the clinch here. This is a turning point. I think it was that knee, that left knee, the two left knees here, because he holds on for a bit, and then he there's the two punches, the elbow, and he's obviously hurt here. Boom, and he waked it off. I think maybe his vision wasn't clear. Or what did you think of the TKO there?
I mean, I think it's good for him because I was probably gonna do something not so nice afterwards. But I think they could have let it go maybe a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
But watching it back a few times, I don't think it was necessary for him to take more damage.
Yeah.
Because the way that I would have tried to KO him would have been maybe a bit.
Yeah, I do think that the referees here in Thailand are pretty good, and they are definitely looking for people's safety.
Yes.
So there's the 1-2. I think those were pretty defining, and you see how his lateral movement here is sort of fucked up.
Yeah, I knew he was hurt at this point.
And he's like staggering back. There's a big elbow, and he just like drops. I think it was the succession of attacks that did it.
And he was tired.
Yeah, he was tired. Those left knees in the clinch, I think, gassed him, and then boom, that's it. So how were you feeling as the verdict came out?
Well, they made me, the corner made me think that I was losing the whole fight, so I was very relieved at this point. I'm sure that going into the third round, I was a bit frantic because they made me frantic. You know, go, you lose, go back. So I'm happy to have won here, that's for sure.
And what is next for you? How are you feeling post-fight?
I'm feeling quite good. I have no injuries. I'm not exactly sure what's next. I have to talk to the big boss about this fight, see what he thinks, and I guess we'll figure it out from there.
All right, sounds good. And if people are interested in following along with you, where should they follow you?
You can follow me at kungfu.kid with 2 Ds on Instagram.
I'll leave a title or IG tag right there.
Yes, please. Please follow me. Follow my journey.
All right, thank you, Kendu. We will see you in the ring again soon.
Yes.